All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, how are you? Hopefully, your evening is going well, my loves. So, we are in the full moon in Scorpio energy. Welcome to it. This has got the energy of, kind of leaping before we look. It's kind of got that energy of, um, if you're going to tear something up and just completely throw it out the window and start again, this was the time to do that. Some of you may notice from about 6 months ago, the new moon to full moon cycles usually last about 6 months. So with that 6 month cycle, you have to go back 6 months. Try and remember what you were doing 6 months ago. What were you trying to change or implement, or what things were trying to get you to kind of bust out of that comfort zone of yours? Just feet first. Just jump right on in. What was happening 6 months ago? And how has that progressed through the 6 months up until now? But the Scorpio energy, I always view Scorpio as the watery fire sign. I know. The watery fire sign, it has that emotional capacity to it, but also has that fiery oomph. So we'll see what wants to come through. We will see what wants to come through for this evening for the full moon. For the full moon. Underneath, we've got To the Sea. Yep. Never Ending Story. Message in a Bottle. Yeah. This is the message that's been coming in. Notice how it's traveling through the water? Well, if you've ever sent a message by bottle, and I'm not going to lie, and it's probably not the best thing for me to admit, but when I was younger, I've done that once or twice. But I was young and stupid. Don't come after me in the comments. And then we've got Mending here. So we are in motion. Oh, and there's the Come to the Edge. So there's that come to the edge, step out of that comfort zone. But this is the overall. The whole point of this full moon energy, yes, I know Mercury is still in retrograde, so be mindful of where you tread. But I do feel as though that this energy is designed to get you in motion. Where it's designed to get you into motion, you do have messages coming in that have taken a hot minute. But I do see it wrapped around this never-ending story and mending. So there's a cycle that you've been sitting in for about 6 months. 6 months. That has not really gone anywhere, hasn't really done anything. It's because the messages that you needed, the information that you needed, was not here yet. So let's see what else the tarot has to say. I'm going to use the Souls on Fire Tarot. The oracle cards I used were the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. But let's see where we're going. Let's see what wants to come through with this energy. I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see which aspect of this we will be hitting. All right, where are we going? Where are we going? And I don't know why. Okay, fine. Split them, and now I'm going to shuffle. Perfect. Underneath, we've got the moon. There's that full moon energy. We got the Chariot. That was from today's rune poll over on Facebook. I know that you guys are seeing this on YouTube. There's a link to the Facebook page down in the bottom. I pull daily runes when I'm in the studio. I kind of do a daily message over there on Facebook. And that's what this was. It was the Chariot. It was motion. Four of Wands, absolutely. We got the Seven of Cups. That's what this energy is designed to do. Is the Seven of Cups, Four of Wands. It is designed to get you to where you need to be. And I touched base with that with the morning message. It was, you're kind of being strapped into a roller coaster, right? But the problem is that it's like all foggy and all murky. You've been in line. Of course, that is. I'll walk away with that too. But you're kind of waiting in line, and then all of a sudden, if you have done the work, stepped out of that comfort zone and kept trusting the process, kept moving forward even though you couldn't see, you're now strapped into a roller coaster, right? The roller coaster is not moving quite yet. Not yet. After this full moon energy, we've got, what is this, the 23rd? I want to say it's the 25th. So we got 2 more days. 2 more days, 3 more days of Mercury in retrograde. And then after that, Mercury goes direct. Now, don't get me wrong, we're still going to sit in a Mercury in retrograde for about a week, week and a half, 2 weeks at most. But what that's going to do is you're going to hear the of the roller coaster, and you're going to slowly start to move forward. It's like you slowly start to move forward up that little, and then you're at the top. Then as soon as Mercury goes direct, it's whoosh, and you're off. So let's see where we're going. Yeah, 3 of Swords. Hello. Hanged Man with the 3 of Wands. Yes. Grounding you is the 6 of Swords. It makes me think of to the sea. Guiding you is the Ace of Wands. Yes. The energy you're moving out of is the 2 of Wands. The energy you're moving into is the Temperance energy. Your emotion cards are the Page of Swords, the Hermit energy, and the 4 of Pentacles. And the outcome right now is the 7 of Wands. So I'm tapping into a group of you, and I've touched base with the group of you. But this particular group are the people who are still in the back of the line. They're still in the back of the line. They're still dealing with these things that don't feel so good, but still need altered, still need changed. They need to be able to see things from a different point of view and be able to move forward, be able to move beyond this. That is the next opportunity. Because beyond that, the universe is trying to get you to move. 6 of Swords to the Ace of Wands. It's trying to get you on that roller coaster. Because once you get on that roller coaster and you go through the ride, you end up somewhere else. You don't get off back where you got on. Yes, I know normal roller coasters, you kind of get off where you got on. Not this particular roller coaster. This particular roller coaster is going to give you a ride of your life. It's going to point you from point A to point B. And what that's going to do is it makes you go from wanting it to having it. I'm going to say that again. You go from wanting it with the 2 of Wands to having it with the Temperance. Temperance energy is very balanced, very beautiful. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. I love that energy. It is very balanced. Your emotion cards, however, we have got the Page of Swords, the Hermit, and the 4 of Pentacles. What that tells me as a tarot reader with the way that this shows up, the Page of Swords is, you know, kind of having a clear understanding, but being afraid, being hesitant to move forward. And the reason why you're hesitant is because you can't see. Virgo energy. You can't see. The light is not being shown, and so that's stopped you from moving forward. 4 of Pentacles. You're being asked to do the work. 7 of Wands. You need to do this work. Clarify the 3 of Swords here. What is this heartache? This thing that doesn't feel so good. Queen of Pentacles. 2 of Swords. 6 of Cups. 10 of Wands. With that Queen of Pentacles, you could be dealing with somebody... somebody or something that takes your power away. It takes your power away. It's almost like it leaves you with, what do I do now? For some of you, it could be a person. A person, you know, saying that they're better than you. Or it can also be a situation where you just don't feel good enough. Kind of like when you apply for a job and you're like, you know, maybe I'm not qualified for this. I'm here to tell you the universe is telling you you're qualified. 6 of Cups, 10 of Wands. That energy needs healed. You are qualified. You are validated. You are worthy of the good things. Of the good things that you are so hard trying to get to. You are so set on what this is. You're like, if only I could make this happen. You can. You can. You just have to do this work. You have to start seeing these different... The low-vibing energy, and I know, and I don't want you guys to think that this is a toxic positivity, because that's not what we try to spread on this channel. My job is to enlighten you. My job is to give you different tools and see things, you know, kind of from different perspectives. That way, it's a lot easier to navigate through this energy. It's easier to kind of navigate through it when somebody's kind of broken up the pieces. There is an energy here that has made you not feel good. and it's been happening for a while. But changing the mindset, changing the belief is step one. And I've been saying this to a lot of people recently, how you are not your belief. There's a book that I read, two books that I read. It's called Who Moved My Cheese and Out of the Maze. And I don't remember who they're by, but I love them. That's where this comes from. It's being able to see something logically for what it is, and then being able to shift that belief. So let's say, the best example I have is, let's say you're driving to work, right? And then all of a sudden, 3 cars in front of you, somebody rear ends somebody else. But mind you, you're already running late. So somebody rear ends somebody else, well, now you're like, well, shit. Now I'm going to be even more late to work, and it makes people get irritated, it makes people get pissed off. When that happens to me, I laugh. And the reason why I laugh is because obviously I wasn't supposed to be traveling that way to work. People are like, well, what do you mean by that? Things do not happen to us, they happen for us. And when circumstances like that cause us to change our day-to-day, that means that something along the day-to-day was going to get us. And that's the universe's way of intervening. Now, some of you wouldn't see it like that, because some of you are still pissed off that, now you have to take a different way to work. But what if I told you that if that car accident hadn't happened and you continued down the way that you were going, you ended up getting into a car accident? Now you're like, oh, well, I'm glad it was them and not me. But you don't know that, because that's not what happened. And yes, I'm working off of a hypothetical here, but it still helps ease that negative energy. And so that's what this feels like this is. It's not completely throwing the belief out like, oh, well, Ollie says I have to see it like this, and it's got to be all positive all the time. No. All I'm asking you to do is to understand that the universe, the higher powers, the energies are always working in our favor. And the other example that I have are job promotions. Okay? Let's say you're lined up for a job promotion and then somebody else gets it. Okay? Well, obviously you're butthurt. You're sad. You're like, well, fuck. Like, I was really rooting for this job. Come to find out, the universe didn't want you in that job because they've got so many hidden strings and different loops and loopholes and things and red tape that they have to wade through. You would have been in that situation. And I'm not saying that it's not always like this, because yes, there are people who do get the promotion and they do really well. But all I'm saying is that when it comes to looking at things from a different point of view, really look at it from a different point of view. Instead of, how is this hurting me? Look at it to, how is this helping me? It's not toxic positivity, because I'm not like, oh, you're all happy all the time. But really try and figure out, how is this working in my favor? That is the mindset I want you to switch into. Because that's the mindset of this temperance energy. It's being able to feel one's emotions, but also being able to have that grounded energy to it. So what is the 7 of Wands here? Hierophant, Queen of Swords, Emperor. Now we've got the Emperor and the Empress, and the Star card. For some of you, this could be another person. Why am I not good enough? And it's not the fact that you're not good enough. It's the fact that sometimes things happen in a non-traditional way. If you're watching this, that means that some sort of aspect of your life is spiritually inclined. Whether that is the higher-ups, whether you're Christian, Muslim, you're agnostic, it does not matter. There's some sort of divine energy inside of you. And it's a lot. Give me just a second. And that divine energy really has to be put to good use. When it comes to the traditional ways and the divine energy, we wouldn't have divine timing if the divine didn't have an intervention, right? From time to time, the divine timing has its intervention. And with how this shows up here, what that's telling me is that sometimes things aren't going to be traditional. They're not going to be linear. If you were on this channel, there we are. Thank you for finding my train of thought. The divine energy, you are not on the traditional course of direction. You're just not. And that traditional way of doing things, yeah, most times look linear. Not in our case. Not in our case. And so it's being able to use that energy, to be able to understand that energy and put it to use. Do the work. Like I said, you may not be able to see right now. That's part of the journey. That's part of the journey. Even I tell you guys plenty of times on this channel, there are times where I can't see what's in front of me. It's normal, and it happens to everyone. But you have to trust this process. And this full moon energy, I feel as though, is kind of like the timer. It's kind of like the, hey, we're loading. You either get on the roller coaster or you wait for the next one. So, zodiac signs that I see for you guys. We have got quite a few here. We've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We've got Libra, Taurus, Aries, Gemini, Sag, Aquarius, Taurus, and Virgo. One more time, just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. We've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We've got Libra, Taurus, Aries, more Taurus, Aquarius, Gemini, Virgo, Sag. That is what I see. But please use this energy. Please use tonight as a way to talk to the higher ups and be like, yo, if I'm not where I'm supposed to be, help me get there. Help me get there. What was it, last week, the week before? We were talking about that string. How we can't see, but the universe has given us a string to kind of pull onto and go forward. Ask them for that string. And walk forward. So, thank you guys very much for joining me. I hope this helped you with your full moon energy. And I will see you all again later. Bye, guys.